Okay, now here's a whole picture for people. This is the existor, in case you're just tuning in, but listen to this. The existor of the book is it's an audio one, or audio segments of something interesting. Listen to this though. Okay, now in Galalia, in this microcosm of this whole picture, Galalia I mentioned is where the bosses found other bosses they didn't like and they blew up in Galalia about it. Now when they're resting, bosses don't like to find bosses that are their adversaries there. And they blew up. What they do though is war. Now war happens in wars, like something like this. They build like these machine snakes. Not joking, huge as fuck, bigger than Lucy a lot. Much bigger than Lucy the spaceship reptile, much bigger than that god. Lucy's not a machine snake, she's actually intelligent in a reptilian kingdom. They manufacture war snakes to attack the boss. And he's always more pissed, he breaks their snakes. Like You Sunk My Battleship. It's an old game by Milton Bradley, I think, called Battleship. They say in the commercial, they say, "You sunk my battleship." Sure, they sink them. And the bosses are not dead, they're just pissed, they get fucked. What I'm talking to you about is a limiter to the bosses that they hate. A boss that is their adversary controlling their prospects. And then you get to the big picture with Zan traveling through endless universes, right? That's far greater than anything. The boss Zan, right? Okay, what he figured out, really, what he figured out with my help too, is that the whole thing's a business, like a business trying. I mentioned before that the universe came down here in a spiral, and it's like a succession of not a machine though, really, not really one, but odd, and almost like an assembly line of these things, these spirals that come down and boom, they affix to the other universes. Now look at this comedy. What the extents are doing is creating a massive problem for that other guy that's at God's adversary, because he's part of the extents, God. And what the extents are doing is creating endless universes to battle that other adversary that crushes all their universes in a second and then destroys a lot of the extent, tries to. The extents are limited. Our side are limited by that angry dude that crushes the crap out of everything and is an unknown power. And the comedy of all this, the universe initially was one little peaceful pond, and crap developed on him, and he expanded radically. Boom, explosive. That's the nice story of the good universe. Interesting, isn't it? This is fiction. This is sci-fi too. Sci-fi. But listen to this. That angry guy that came in the picture, the extents came into the picture later. Much later. The other guy came to the picture later too. Now here's the problem though. Here's the problem. When crap developed on the initial universe, it exploded the universe to millions of universes, endless universes. Why? I don't know. I don't really know. It was peaceful, didn't know much. Nothing was there. No life occurred. No life to all this is what's better. Well, what's better? Nothing can maintain is what that proves. It's like an uncertainty principle. It's like Zan's uncertainty principle, meaning that like, but the uncertainty is that when things remain peaceful, it doesn't have long until things become not. It takes a long time for things to become not peaceful, or peaceful at times and then interludes. But it's what it's saying, though, the theory is saying that it keeps on cycling until finally there's an answer. The answer is not good. The extents come from the primitive universe that was very peaceful, but not from that one, but from successions of the explosion. They're like an explosion, the extents, but the problem is there's a greater explosion they don't like that limits them. And here's the whole story in a nutshell. Look at this. When the extents are up to that much crap, really, it looks like something that you can look at. American history, wars, peace, wars. You can look at American history and crack up at what I'm talking about. It's not American, I'm talking about sci-fi stuff, like universal stuff, but on Earth there's been wars like this too. Hard to discern, but you have to be a historian. But listen to this. When you can't believe it. Because really, we all got here, paper mache people, okay. How we got here is a result of what? What do you think? Right, God extends, hierarchies, Lucy, God, many other gods that are big too. You got here as a result of your mother and father too, as a nutshell that you come out of. The problem is that's how you got here. Isn't that funny?